Hi, I'm due for another video, so I need to get in the habit of making these once, trying to do twice a week in the future. So, there's so much to talk about. As my channel grows, hopefully, I will be talking about life in general, just everything. I'm going to be 56 this month. And, as we age, we have so much that we've experienced, all of you, all of us. Um, but this video, I'm going to be talking about how life has changed since I've given my life to Christ and really love Him, and really in His Word daily. How life was and how life has changed now for the better. So before, I had shared this before that, pretty much in my eyes, I was a spoiled brat and didn't know any better. And without God in my life as He is now, I look back and I'm just at all my mistakes, all the things that I wish I could change. How I wouldn't do that now, because not because I'm older, but because I have God in my life. So yeah, when I got baptized, even a bit before I got baptized, this was like 6 years ago. I'll be 56. I could just feel how my body and my mind shifted. Like my body, meaning my mind, just was shifting. And when I tell stories like this to some of my friends in the past, they look at me like I'm just crazy. But no, my mind was like shifting into a direction that was much more peaceful, not so destructive. Um, and for example, I used to swear like every other word. Now I cannot stand when I hear a bad word. I'll just instantly, you know, I don't swear at all. Sometimes I may say something that slips, but never like the F word or any bad words. But I just cringe when I hear anyone swearing. Like I take workout classes online, and I won't take any of them. I'm not going to name the company, but I'm just like, God, why do they have to swear? So I have to find an instructor that does not swear, and I take their classes because I just don't want to hear it. And I know some people love hearing it, and it doesn't offend them, and that's fine. That's how I was before. But now, how my mind is, it just switched. I'm much more compassionate. I'm much more, I guess, caring about other people is compassionate, right? Is it? I didn't care about anybody before, like besides myself. When I got baptized, it was beautiful. Right after, one of my close friends who nudged me to go to church, her husband was a pastor at a different church, and he came and congratulated me. And I remember him telling me, he's like, this day forward, things are going to be different. You may not realize that like at this moment, but things will be different. You'll have questions. You'll wonder why certain things are the way they are. And that's all part of, you know, being a child of God. And at the time, I just thought, oh, he's being really sweet, because I already felt a little bit of, shifting in my life, but nothing that was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you mean. It wasn't like that. But now I always think back about how he said that, how things will be different. And yeah, they most certainly are. So I never thought like my life would be, and how I would think now would be the way it is now. Is that right? So I wish, although I wish that I would have, you know, gave myself to the Lord years earlier, not at 50. Um, but I have, and that's all that matters. I wish I would have, when I say I wish I would have, known Christ before 50. I mean, I always believed in God, but I was never like, oh, I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to care about people more. I was never like that. Like I never, my thoughts weren't the way they are now, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. And God's timing is so different than my own. Meaning, like I used to rush things, and oh, I got to make sure I do this. This has to happen, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna go crazy. It's just no. You just keep praying, and it'll happen if it's meant to be, in time, at His time. And I know we always hear that, but it's really at His time, or He'll think it's not for us, and something will not work for us the way we want it to. And before, I was just like a crazy mess. Oh, I had to do this, and I had to have this happen, and if not, I would just whatever, be crazy. Literally. I could tell you so many stories, and I probably should, and maybe I probably will. Crazy stories that I just look back and think, oh my gosh, God, where were you? But I'm so thankful that He saved me, because I prayed so much, before I like went to church. And not that you have to go to church, but that's where it all changed for me. I prayed, I started praying, and I didn't know how to pray. I was just talking to Him and crying, and my life slowly started to change. And I just think back about that, because He truly does listen. He really hears us when we give Him our heart. He really hears us. So that's it for this video. I'm still getting comfortable doing videos. Thanks for being on my channel. I love posting, verses of the day, and throughout the day I try to get on here, and post in the community notes, I believe it is. It's if you haven't been in that section. So, all right, have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you for listening. Bye.